3, 2, 1.
You're listening to The Voice, 17104.com.
Ha-ha! It's the show, y'all. It's the show, y'all. It's the show. It is the show. Hit it. It's the show. It's time for the show. Ha ha! What's happening? What's happening, America? America, America. What's up, Groove Line? Bill says I'm here. I love it. I love Groove Line. Woo-woo. Oh my goodness, man. We are in the house. And we have, I put out on Facebook some of the topics we're going to discuss. And one is, Bill, did you hear about the UVA shooting? The University of Virginia shooting. And I put on Facebook, if it can happen at the University of Virginia, which is, prestigious. It's something you wouldn't think something like this would happen has now happened. This ain't the first time something as major has happened. Remember they had the riots a few years ago on the peaceful protesters and it got out of hand. But this right here had nothing to do with politics or anything, Bill. This has done a number on me in so many ways. If you can just bear with me. I got my UVA colors on, orange and blue. I got this shirt just for this segment. I support UVA. They are my basketball team. They're not my football team. I do support the Ohio State, but they are second in my heart in football, but number one in basketball. I got my Wahoo Wah badge on, just to educate y'all. When we would score a touchdown, we would say Wahoo Wah, Wahoo Wah, Una Viva Genia, hoorah ray, hey, hey, UVA. And so this senseless killing, if you haven't heard about it, a ex-football player is no longer on the team, but still attends the university. They all went on with various students, they all went on a bus trip to DC to see a play. Everything went off without a hitch. They get all the way back to the campus, and as they're starting to unload, this gunman opens fires, kills 3 Black students, critically injuring 1, and 1 is going to be all right. The trauma that must have been for the students, the parents getting that phone call. But there's a song when they score a touchdown, it's to the tune of Old Lang Syne. And one of the lines is they say the words, "Dear UVA, dear UVA." I was just there. I got pictures with Katie Couric, the news anchor, Jason, I think his name was Jason George from he plays in a bunch of movies, but I can't think of the TV show Grey's Anatomy. These guys were there. This is beautiful. And now to hear that our dear old UVA has to go through this. But what can we do? What parameters can we set in place? Because we're such a reactive nation. When something happens, we have to react. We're not really a preventative. So I'm sure they're going to start checking people's bags, seeing what's going on, making them have clear bags when they get on these trips. I know we always do security and they wand people, but this is getting out of hand. So if it can't happen in UVA, because I don't want you to think that was way down in Virginia and it can't happen at Harrisburg Area Community College.
Oh my, son.
I don't want you to think because it was in Virginia, it can't happen at Lincoln or Millersville or Morgan State University or Penn State Middletown campus. It can happen anywhere. This is a cry for change. A cry to be proactive. A cry to make sure a phone call doesn't come to you when your child attends college. My child got an opportunity to go to the University of Virginia. Just think about how this is. My child got an opportunity to go to the University of Virginia. Now they have an opportunity to go to a play in Washington, D.C., and now they're gone. There's all kinds of speculations out there. We don't know why. Some say it's because of hazing, because he shot all football players, and he was on the team for 1 year. But when he was on the team, none of the people he shot was even in school yet. So, why did it happen? That we don't know. But there is a call to action to make sure it doesn't happen, not only in UVA, but make sure it doesn't happen anywhere in your hometown, at your university. My sister went to Howard University. My brother graduated, Joe Robinson Jr. graduated in 1980 from the University of Virginia. And we have been going back, watching the football games occasionally. We have a good time. People are friendly. If there is any racism, we don't see it. We get along, we laugh, we talk. We have a great time. And we're always saying, go Hoos. See you at the next game. We need that energy. Let's bring it back. Now we're not even sure if we're going to play on Saturday. This is too much. This is too much for dear UVA. We have to start being proactive. Because as a society, we're reactive. We put our heads in the sand until it happens. and then we want to do something about it. But I'm letting you know what UVA stands for. It can happen anywhere. And if we're not careful, it's going to happen in your own backyard. And you're going to say, oh, I can't believe that. If it can happen in UVA, it can happen anywhere. Bill says each main event anywhere, there should be a certain premier before anyone touch the event or property. For, can't see that. Can't see, okay. For search, because nowadays with all this chaos, stricter actions must be implemented for all to enjoy an event and go home safe. Correct. And so our mind is stuck at, we need a wand at the basketball games, the football games. We need a wand, an auditorium for graduation or something like that. No, you need the wand every time they leave campus. Why did he even take the gun? First of all. So there must have been some premeditated going on in there. I don't know. But I came on here to talk briefly about this is because it can happen. If it happens there, it can happen anywhere. And we better pay attention before it hits our own home. There was a story, and then I'm gone. And then we're going to get into the relationship part of the show. But there was a story about there's a mousetrap in the house. There's a mousetrap in the house. The lady of the house, the farmer and his wife, the lady put a mousetrap in the house. And the mouse ran to the barn and said, hey, there is a mousetrap in the house. The people, the cows and the chickens and the pigs, they said, what does that have to do with us? We're not worried about a mousetrap. That is your problem. And then a snake got into that woman's house and ran across the mousetrap, and the mousetrap snapped. It was dark, dim. She reached down to grab the mousetrap, get the mouse off, and the snake bit her. The husband didn't know what happened. She's just fallen ill. And somebody said, well, if she's feeling ill, what she needs is some chicken soup. So the farmer went out and killed the chicken. And then she got worse. And they said, well, what she needs to eat more red meat. So he went out and butchered the cow to save his wife. And then she got even worse. And then she passed away. And people were coming in for miles and miles. So we butchered the hog so he could feed all the people. And then the mouse was still sitting there saying, all this could have been avoided if they would have just listened to me when I told them there's a mousetrap in the house. The warning is, it's not a Virginia issue. It's an issue, period. Ski, my dear brother at the Harrisburg Area Community College, if you are listening, bunker down, hunker down. Check everything. Don't let no stone go unturned. Keep the school safe. If you're down there in Howard University, keep it safe because it's coming. It's coming. If they'd just listen when there's a mousetrap in the house. If you would just listen, it happened in the University of Virginia, a school that I've grown to love and have great affection for. If it can happen there, it can happen anywhere. All right. That's my rant. That's my spiel. Wahoo wah, wahoo wah. Unity Virginia, hooray, hey, UVA. They will be strong and they will be back. So now, the relationship portion of the show, because we always get into these crazy relationship portions of the show. And now I am ready to go. It's time to switch gears. And the question is, why do we get in to the same type of relationship with new people? Why can't we somehow see the flag? Why is it that some of us get into a relationship where someone is not really loving? And then you find yourself in another relationship saying, they're not loving, I'm not going to be in the next relationship. And then you get in that one and they're worse than the first one. I'm not going to be with a narcissist. But then you find yourself with a narcissist. Why is that? Why do we struggle? 717-889-7181. 717-889-7181. Why do we struggle? Bill Jones, why do we go from one relationship to the next, thinking we are on our way to a brand new start, and we end up in the same type of relationship? Why? Monica Taylor, what is it about us that says, I'm not doing this anymore? Sonia, what is it about us that says, I'm not going to be in this kind of relationship anymore? And then the very next relationship we get in, because it's packaged just a little differently, and we want it so bad that we overlook the signs. Signs are important. Signs are what guides everything. There's a song that says signs, signs, everywhere signs. Rocking and rolling, blowing my mind. Do this, don't do that. Can't you read the signs? Monica said, stop the madness. Yeah, the madness has to stop, Monica. But we need to see the signs. America, why is it that we can leave one relationship after another relationship because it looks different, because it sounds different and packaged different? Why can't we recognize that it's the same? What in us says, I like this kind of a person? Barbara said, because there are lots of wolves in sheep's clothing, we need a good blade to shave all that wool off. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We got pull that switchblade out. And even if they do fool us, don't put the switchblade away. Don't put it away. America says you haven't learned the lesson or healed enough to identify the pattern. Wow, America, that's good. Grooveline says when you carry your same baggage over to a new relationship, you will end up with the same results of the reason why you, come on, Bill, why you left the other relationship. You're right, Bill. So some of the stuff, Bill, is what we bring into the new relationship that resembles, and it just manifests that way, I guess. It's because they keep coming with their ambassadors. We all have ambassadors. We all have the front man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we all have the spokesperson. Tressa said, you think you can change them. Empaths do this. You know, Tressa, you're absolutely right. Even though something was really, really bad on this one, you may see something else and go, you know what? I believe I can help this one. Now, I couldn't help the last one because he or she was way too far gone. But this one right here, I believe I can help them. But if you're an empath and they are a narcissist, they will recognize that immediately and they will become just as bad, or if not worse, as the last person. But Monica, the ambassador. So now the ambassador puts up a good front. Isn't it true? Can we say that the ambassador doesn't even sound like the person we end up with? The ambassador is smooth. Hey, David, the ambassador is smooth. The ambassador says, I'll run your bath water. The ambassador says, I'll cook your dinner.
Oh my.
You know, the ambassador says, I'll take you on long trips. That's what the ambassador says. You know, the ambassador says, my pockets are full grown. That's what the ambassador says. The ambassador says, hang with me. I got you. Sonia says, baby, the signs are important. Do not overlook them. When you see it, believe it. Sonia, you are so right. But we got to get back to Monica right now because the ambassador weaves all through those. The ambassador don't show signs. The ambassador shows nothing but goodness. That's all the ambassador do. They show you all the things that you want to see in a man. David said they said that when they sold me a car. Listen, listen, car salesmen, their whole rap is ambassadorship. I can do whatever you want. I can get you in this car. Listen, I can get you in this car for $18,000 down. I can't got $18,000. Don't you worry about that. I can get you to the same car with $400 down. I ain't got $400. Don't you worry about that. I can get you to the same car for $50. I ain't got $50. This is your lucky day. I can get you in the same car, no money down, right out today. Payment is $9,000 a month. The ambassador. The ambassador. Sonia, the signs are real. But let's do it like this. After the ambassador has shown up, and we have drank the Kool-Aid, that this is the one. She said the ambassador can only keep it up for so long. And then the real person shows up. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it can't hide itself for so long, but it can hide itself long enough to weave the web. Weave the web. Men have a way of weaving a web, you know, and get you all up in them. And then you find yourself out there washing that car. So, but after you figure it out, after you see it clearly, after you understand the signs, and I think this is going to go back to what Tressa says, why do we stay? And Tressa said earlier, because we think we can change them. 717 889-7181, 717-889-7181. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that had to stand before a judge because of these bad decisions, because they have been bamboozled. They have been run amok. They have been led astray. They thought that they landed on a relationship and they realized that the relationship landed on them. So what do? I'm not confused, but I'm trying to help somebody. So Tressa says, after it's too late, because they have robbed you of your self-worth and self-esteem. You are just a shell of yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Monica says low self-esteem, lack of self-respect, and confidence in themselves. People have a way of doing these things to us. Taking our self-esteem, lowering our confidence, robbing us. Tressa used a strong word, robbing. You know, they take and they take and they take until you're left with absolutely nothing inside. And if we're honest today, some of us have been takers and some of us have been taken, period. 717-889-7181, 717-889-7181. You know, I normally say this at the end of the show, but you know, this is going to be on YouTube sometime tonight or tomorrow. Like and share. Tressa Reynolds says they take until there's nothing left. It's called murder. Wow. Murder. So, okay, David says Sonia was right. The signs are there. Trust yourself. Now, these are some strong words. Now, Tressa used rob, and now she has come back with murder. Because you feel like this person has now destroyed who you were. Barbara said, when you find out you have been fooled, you have to dig deep and find the courage and walk away. And you know what, Barb? That is absolutely true. Because you are a fighter. But that is so hard. You got to dig so deep to find that. Find that courage and that strength to walk away. You get beat down so much. Sometimes you even feel like there is no way out. But I'm talking to some resilient women on here. Monica said, yes, walk away before you commit murder. That's right. But when you talk about Monica Taylor, Tressa Reynolds, Barbara Mosima, when you talk about a Sonia, Sonia Marie, when you talk about women like this, oh, these are some strong Black women that ain't taking no mess. When you talk about a Michelle Bethel on here, they're not playing with you. And people will abuse you, walk over you, they will lie to you. And you know what? They'll lie to you. You know it's a lie. It sounds like a lie. It sounds like a lie. And because you're in what I like to call you in the trick bag. Because you in the trick bag, you let it go. You let it go. You let it go. So we got to get out the trick bag. 717-889-7181. Who has an example of when they were in the trick bag and had to get out the bag? How did you do it? Can anyone out there to help me and the viewers? How did you get out of it? How did you walk away? How did you keep it moving? How did you walk on by? You know what I mean? How did you tell them like Nancy Sinatra? These boots are made for walking. That's just what they'll do. Yeah. And so, you have to come up with some courage. Oh, that's so hard. David Walker said, I called my sister. Well, Dave, what'd your sister do? Did she knock him out? Hold on, David. I want to know, did your sister, when you called your sister, did your sister go and knock him out? Or was you just calling your sister to help you through it? And Teresa said this. I'm going to sing it, Teresa. This knife is made for stabbing, and that's just what he'll do. And if you keep on messing, I'll be just stabbing it over you. Oh, yeah, because you want to fight back. They have taken so much, you want to fight back in some type of way. David said, told the girl to sit there while I move my stuff. And she did. Yeah. See, when you got family, it's hard for people to really, really abuse you. Because my sister, you don't play. You be like, hey, I tell my brother. We got Fonda Steele just jumped in the line. Fonda Steele, tell me, Fonda. How did you get up enough courage to move on from certain situations, Fonda? What was the guiding force? How did you make it? 717-889-7181. Someone say it. Tressa got the dancing emoji. I guess he danced on out of there. I danced all over it. Because they can't win. In some ways, you'll have the last laugh. When people do things to you purposefully, they can't win. Oh, they want to win. They can't win. And I know we feel like stabbing them. I know we feel like popping upside the head. We feel like doing all that. Yeah. Tressa said, well, when is that? Well, it comes. And sometimes we don't even get to see it. Tressa said, they winning and left you struggling. Monica said, I just got tired and moved on with my head up. Yeah. America said, you have to finally decide to do what is best for you and not others. Yeah. Because people will tell you to stay in a relationship. People will tell you to stay in an abusive relationship, and they will say things like, girl, he paying the rent. You might as well stay with him. Girl, he just bought you that car. You might as well hang on in there. Girl. And I'm telling you, it ain't going to work. Anybody want any mints? It ain't going to work. Barbara says, you have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. Come on, Doretha Robinson. It's scary as hell, but you have to have faith no matter. Oh, boy, go ahead, girl. No matter, what did you say? No matter the obstacle, you have to know there's no going back is worse. You have to know that going back is worse. You have to see yourself as a survivor, not a victim. Monica said they know they messed up and lost a good thing. So what do you do when they try to come back? Because here's the signs. They will dog you and then come back and try to reward you. They will dog you and come back and try to reward you. So when they're dogging you, you know they're dogging you. You even know that they know you're dogging you. But sometimes we're waiting on the reward. Sometimes we are waiting. Monica said, they won't be able to find me. He said, well, reward or not, I'm going the other way. And we have to understand, we have to be sure before we leave to know that we are done. Because if you leave and not sure that you're done, it can come back and bite you in the butt. You have to know that you are through with that situation. Because when you don't know, ooh-wee, you will find yourself entertaining their conversation. You will find yourself looking at them, maybe being bitter, but you will entertain their conversation. 717-889-7181. The question is, why do you entertain them? Why would you entertain them? David said you may have to leave several times. You know what, David? Truer words have never been said, Dave. Truer words have never been said. Sometimes it takes more than the first time. You're right. Heal so that you do not fall for the same thing you finally let go. Yeah. You know, one thing, sure, I said several times. You know, one thing about a woman can leave you long before she has left you. She can leave you long before she actually physically leaves you. You know, you find yourself, my laundry ain't as soft as it used to be. You say, well, yes, huh? Did you put any salt in this food? Maybe it's too much salt in this food, because you don't even care. You don't even care. I asked you to pack my lunch. I did. Well, it's just bologna and cheese. You ain't got my lettuce on there. You didn't cut the edges. Oh my goodness. Trust me, you need to just stop. Not trust, you just need to stop. David said, man too. Yeah, man will leave. David, a man will be in that relationship and he will be gone. And he will be gone. It's downright ugly. It's downright ugly when they leave without leaving. It gets ugly in that house. Oh my goodness, it gets ugly in the house. You don't want to do nothing. You start thinking about, man, this ain't even in my name. I ain't doing all this. Shoot. Man, you must be out your mind. Trisha said, at the cookout. Trisha, come on now. What are you doing? Cookout. So America, how do you heal? Heal so that you do not fall for the same thing you find left. What does it take to heal? What does it take to heal? Monica says, I'll have a lot of overtime to work. I'll be home late. Yeah, you don't even want to be around that joker. Monica is the flight attendant. Monica said, I'll land and I will take another flight right out. Yeah, David said, courage. Courage. Yeah. We have to be honest with ourselves. America says therapy. Yeah, that's honesty. You remember the song Honesty? With Prayer and meditation, yeah. Billy Joel's honesty, honesty. Such a lonely word. Seldom ever heard. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. Prayer and meditation helps with healing. Time to yourself, I guess. Time to yourself. Well, how many of us thought we healed? Thought we healed. How many of us convinced ourselves that I'm fine? Oh, I'm cool. I'm straight. He can go where he do what he want to do. She can go do what she want to do. I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried about that at all. That don't even faze me at all. I don't worry about none of that. I'm good. Then you look on the Facebook and it says, Lisa is in a relationship with, he'd be like, I'm good. That didn't mean nothing to me. I ain't even tripping. Punk. New hobbies, interests will help, yeah, towards the path of healing. Yes. Do something. They said, plan your escape, yeah. But do something. Don't get caught. Don't get caught holding the bag. You see it coming. Start getting your ducks in a row. Monica said, yes, David, yeah. But getting hobbies are so helpful. Do something that you like to do, not something that you like to do with them. But what is it that you like to do? And do that. And it can't be, I like sleeping. Because sleeping is a sign of depression, whether people want to admit that or not. When they just lay around and sleep and I'm tired, that's a sign of depression. Sign of depression. And it's time to get out of that. It's time to stand up and fight. It's time to stand up and fight. It's time to get these emotions in check. You know, it's time to be who you are. Be what God made you to be. Independent, strong, still being able to love, still be able to enjoy life. Let's not go into a shell. I've been in the shell. Stop allowing your flesh in these lion's dens. Every time we get a feeling and find out you made a bad choice, man, we have walked into a lion's den so many times, Bill, because of our flesh. Because of our flesh. You know, get to know them. Because the representative can't stay there forever. Get to know them. But it's time to stand up. It's time to stand up and figure out what am I going to do? Somebody says, hey, we got something going on over here. Go look at it, see what it is. You just might enjoy it. 717-889-7181. 717-889-7181. I'd like to hear from you guys and how you got through it, or what are some of the tools. We had meditation, prayer and meditation. We had hobbies. Those are good ones. These are really good ones. Hobbies. David said, playing your escape. If you're playing your escape, when the other shoe does drop, it doesn't drop as hard because they're doing something and you're doing something. You know, be aware. Don't get caught out there. Therapy. American Science is therapy. Therapy is, whew, like I went to therapy. Like therapy is a sign of strength. It's not a sign of weakness. Talking to somebody who knows more than you is a great idea. But see, in our community, in the Black community, we don't believe in therapy. I don't know why. Because we definitely, because, we believe God is the answer for the world today. But sometimes you need to hear a different voice. Therapy, the psyche of the human mind. They went to school a long time to figure out what's going on. Janine, we were talking about UVA earlier. And I failed to mention that your son was a running back for the University of Virginia. And he, fine job, fine young man, great job in raising him. Fine young man. David Walker, my therapy was mama beating my you-know-what. Yeah. And that works when you're younger. Yeah, that works. When you get a little older, that don't work. No problem, Janine, no problem. You know what I mean? Me and Janine started, I don't know if it was third, fourth, fifth grade. We was all in the grades together. Still school. A non-biased voice. That's right, America. A non-biased voice. It gets you through. It can't be days that it kept me out of jail. Well, David kept me out of jail too. But it didn't keep me. It didn't keep my mind though when it came to relationships or hurt or pain. Yeah, you can't beat that out of me. When somebody has taken full advantage of my kindness, it's hard to come back from. When you think somebody, loves you, and so I can't. Therapy is the answer. Well, not the only answer, but it's a good answer. Yeah, but a beating will keep you out of jail growing up. Trust me on that. My dad took no tea for the fever. You understand me? That joker was like the Black Panther. He came at me, 717-889-7181. Let's talk about it. You guys are giving me some great feedback. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys are amazing. So Bill, these lion dens, what do they look like, Bill? Dave Walker said, I had sisters and they taught me not to hit a woman. Because if I did, jail time. That's right. Jail time. Don't be hitting on a woman. Can't hit no woman, man. Because I hit a woman, I'm breaking jaws. I'm giving them contusions. But Bill, what does a lion's den look like? What is that, man? Because it feels so safe and warm in the lion's den. Feels like it's so much protection in the lion's den. The lions, they lay up on a lion and they get cozy, lull you right in. Just lull you right in. But the flesh, and not even just a sexual thing, but they'll lull you in like a snake. If you remember the Jungle Book, the movie The Jungle Book, man, that snake will look into your eyes. He look into your eyes. Yeah. Come a little closer. Yeah, you in this jungle all by yourself, aren't you? Yeah, you feel like don't nobody love you. But I ain't gonna let nobody bother you in this jungle. Because there are a lot The predators in this jungle, but they ain't better than me. I will protect you. All I want you to do is stay still and let me wrap around you. Listen, after I wrap around you, they won't even see you. I'll just be hiding you. And that's how it happens. And that's how it happens. You start falling for some of this stuff, man, you start feeling so safe. You start feeling so safe. And don't even know. Mark, they tell you what you want to hear. Woo. Bill said there are basically one night stands or bed partners because men and women allow the flesh to give them the wrong idea to be used. Yes, yes. Janine said a trick of the enemy. A trick of the enemy. My. A trick of the enemy. And the enemy is cunning. Man, they can, women and men, oh my goodness, when they want to manipulate you, they will make you feel so safe. But you got to be discerned. You got to see the signs. You got to see them. Were there any signs in this Virginia murder we talked about earlier? People say, no, there was no sign. But I've learned that there's always a sign. There's always a sign. We just have to be in tune with the signs. We all have a certain level of discernment, but we all just don't always listen to the discernment. It's time to wake up. Janine said, yes, sir. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up and be accounted for. Period. It's time for us to be who we say we are. And who are we? Some say I'm a child of the Most High. That's what I say. Some say I'm a survivor. Barbara said, I'm not a victim. I'm a survivor. The Bible says, I want you to be more than a conqueror. How can you be more than a conqueror? If I conquered, then I won. But the Bible says more than a conqueror. So not only does God want you to win, when they're down, he wants you to blot them out, step all over, never to rise again, and keep on moving. Don't let no woman or man steal your joy. Don't do it. Don't let a man or a woman steal your joy. They're not worth it. They don't mean you no good. Love was never a thing. Follow your spirit. That's right, Bill. Love was never a thing. And you have to be okay. I heard someone say on Facebook, one of the hardest pills to swallow is to realize that the person you love never loved you. That is one of the hardest pills you have to swallow. Then no matter what I tried to do for this particular person, they were never, ever, or they never had any intentions of loving me back at the same level that I love them. that I love them. Take back your life. Take back your life. When you see the same type of behaviors, get out of there. Take back your life. Take back your life. Call a friend. Let them help you. I'm feeling a little weak. I need you right now. Friend picks the phone up and answers. Hello? I'm here. I just want to talk. I'm here. I don't want to talk. I want you to talk. I'm here. I just want to know that you're on the other side of the phone and I don't need us to say anything. And a friend says, I'm here. There was a story of a man jumping in. It was a story of a man trapped in a hole. And the preacher walked by and the man said, hey, I'm down this hole. Can you help me out? And the preacher said, I'm on my way to church, but I'll send down a prayer. And the doctor walked by and said, hey, doc, I'm down this hole. Can you help me out? And the doctor said, well, I'm on my way to surgery, but I can give you a prescription. And then a friend walked by. And the man said, hey, friend, I'm down this hole. Can you help me out? And the friend jumps in the hole with him. And the man says, now we're both trapped. And the friend says, yeah, but I've been down here before and I know the way out. See, sometimes you got to start talking to people that know the way out. You got to get your strength from somebody that has been there before and they know the way out. Sometimes you just got to hold on to the coattail of somebody until you can get your own footing to get out that hole. But there is help out there. Bill says, been there, hurt. That is one reason I'm still single. I'm following my spirit. For that right, one, no more monsters. Yes, and sometimes we're the monster, Bill. Sometimes we're the monster. And so listen, be a friend. Jump in the hole. Show them the way out. We've all been hurt. And some of us have come through it. And some is still dealing with it. It's time to get better, y'all. It's time to get better. I love you. We're praying for UVA. Go Hoos. You'll get through it. We'll be praying. I'll be praying. I'll be praying. You know, I thought because I had a co-host last week. That's right. Woo! There you go, Janine. I thought last week was a fast hour because I had a co-host. But I'm telling you right now, yeah, so tragic, Janine. I'm telling you right now, Kenny's Corner is the fastest hour on the network. I'm sorry. Kenny's Corner, I'm gonna put it right out there. Kenny's Corner is the fastest hour in the network. Can I be bold and say it?
Yes, sir, you can.
Kenny's Corner is the fastest hour in the network. All because of you, all your input, all your great viewpoints. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, I can't believe that we reached this point again. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Go on YouTube and like and share. Go on YouTube and like and share. Go on YouTube and like and share. I can't control what happens on the streets of New York, DC, Baltimore, or Chicago. But I can always control what happens right here on Kenny's Corner. God bless you all.